Good afternoon. Welcome to Options Center. It's Thursday, September 26, 2024. Welcome, everybody. We're going to take a look at SPY on multiple time frames and then go around the horn on the 65-minute. This is going to be a very quick video, even though I'm going to go through all the levels as usual. I'm not going to explain as much as in detail. We're getting really close to our target, but you see price action is super choppy getting there, and there's weakness in the market, and that's it's like we're gapping and closing the gap almost every day kind of thing. So I'll show you what it looks like, where our targets are, and we'll go from there. So we're doing this video at about 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're interested in getting these videos intraday, then consider becoming a member. It's a supporter is 99 cents, and the individual analysis is, I believe, $3 or $5, something like that. So let's get into it. We have SPY on multiple time frames. We have the monthly 2,000 top, 21 top, and we're working a top right now. We're just above it. I don't know what kind of candle we're going to get here. It could be the hangman like this, or it could end up underneath if we get some sort of move to the downside. But we haven't hit our targets yet. So Monday could simply be, that's the last trading day of the month on the 30th. And so we'll see where we end with that kind of candle. It doesn't really matter which one, because either one we're looking for a reversal coming up after, and we'll look for follow through. So even if the next month we haven't hit the target yet, we could have a wick up here and then a reversal candle off of it. Weekly time frame, we have negative divergence all over the place. I mean, you have to be really careful. Last video that we did, it really pointed out the extreme importance of using put protection and things like that, because this thing is it's ready to move to the downside. We're only about 8 points away from our target. After the gap up, we were really close to it, but we're looking about the 580, and that's the top of the channel there. We're up above. You can't be real bearish until we get below 561, but we're getting into our resistance areas. We have negative divergence, and I think this is going to be a fake break. Okay, moving to the daily. Remember, we have time and price too. I just show you that real quick. Time and price here, we're really looking for 1010, 1018 on the weekly time frame, and that's during the week. It's not specifically those days. So this cluster to see where we're at when this time frame comes in, and then we'll be looking for a trade off of that. Now on the daily time frame, you have this bearish rising wedge. You broke down from it. Had an overthrow, breakdown, back test, and now we're making new highs, but we're going to back test some of these trend lines again. The confluence was way over here, time and price. Clearly, we're not going to get there today, but I do suspect that by the beginning of October, we should see some of these levels. Now, this is, you can consider this an ascending triangle. We broke out with that gap up today, and now we just back tested, but we're still in a bullish position. The momentum's to the upside. This 8 EMA trend is still up. There's nothing bearish about this chart at this point. Now this is what we're looking at for our structure. Let me just pull out here. In this kind of megaphone, we have a 3-wave move up for 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're looking for this 5. If you want to look at the daily time frames for all the QQQ, IWM, and all that, look at yesterday's video. It gives you a good shot of everything. All the check marks are done. You know, besides reaching our actual targets, without targets, with the targets aside, we have check marks. Negative divergence, we made these new highs, divergence, completing a 3-wave move here, possible completion there. Yeah, I mean, this thing could be done any moment. We just really haven't hit those targets that I've been pointing out yet, and they're kind of the minimum targets. And so if we get a hard reversal, then we know that we're not going for them. But I still think we have potential to reach them. So you have this ascending triangle, or just pennant or triangle at here, however you want to draw it. People draw things differently, but we held on to it. We're holding it right now, and I think we continue to move higher here. It's going to really look choppy, some sort of ending diagonal or so. It's real messy, but we're going to end up getting there, and this could be a few, another week, a few days, weeks, and to get there. So keep that in mind. So you're going to get a lot of up, down, up, down, up, down to end this. Let's take a look. Where do we get this? Okay, so we have time and price today. So, clearly we held top, bottom, doesn't matter. What's happening here? We have something else on the 27th, and we're looking for the first here. So let's see where price is when we get to these, as we get to these daily time price relationships. Look at this little cluster here on 10-3. So that's, I think Thursday next week. Let's see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, I think that's Thursday. So we'll be looking again. Thursday could be something big. And knowing that the employment data is Friday morning before the bell, that's a big area here if that's where price is by the time we get there. So we'll see where price is when we get to the relationship. Okay, so just kind of quickly going through all these, and the target, where do we get this 580 from? From this correction here, this last correction that we had here. Right here. Now we have the retracements, and the 580 is the first major retracement in 127.2. Okay, that's where we get it from. QQQ. Same thing, really. I just want to show you the traditional technical analysis. We have triangle breakout, triangle breakout. We're just back testing at this point. Now, the Qs are getting really, really close to their target. So this kind of goes along with the theme that I've been talking about. It hasn't happened yet. The rotation, I'm looking for that rotation into small caps, something to lift the market up, because the Qs can't really do it much more. Okay, we narrowly missed the 494.47, and so we're backtesting this ascending triangle. You see this is also the 786 here that acted as resistance. So now we're back above it, and we're holding as support. All right, so this is very technical move here, and I suspect we'll have a grind back here for the last leg for the Qs. So if the Qs are ending right now, I can move these over. By the way, this is a lower high as a wave 2. If the Qs are ending really soon here, then let's go over to IWM. Then that means something has to do the heavy lifting to get SPY to 580. Now, here's what it looks like here. Support, support, resistance, support, support again. It was resistance. All we did was backtest that. Okay, so now that this flag action is happening, let me move the board over here. Now that we have this flag, we should possibly, with the PCE tomorrow, cause, I don't want to get too technical into this, but the bonds, it should cause rates to go down, which is bad overall for the market, but it's going to be good for the small caps in the near term. So a breakout of this flag, we had a little fake break there. An actual breakout from this flag should lift us to new highs here, and possibly past here. We should have some sort of little frenzy going up to the 235 area would be the next target if we get back above the 786. So this, theoretically, if the Qs are super limited on where it's going to end up, then just know that our target here, the 235, is where this really should end up if we get above the 786. All right, and make a new high here. Doesn't have to. We could have a spike above. So just to keep in mind, we can make a new high, but still have a spike through for the daily, and still be a very valid 786 reversal off of this. It doesn't have to get up to this 887. So the Qs already started layering in some puts long term into the December contracts. So we're looking for that reversal. All right, but we're still heavily into calls and some of these speculative stocks in the IWM, and I'm looking for this to break out soon here. This is not an impulse wave. It doesn't represent a move down at all. I think this really This spike up here from FOMC, I think, was a move here, end of a move, and then we had an A in that, not a new low, in that red candle, a B, and we have an ending diagonal for a C that made a new low there. So just an ABC pattern, which is a flat pattern right here. And then I think we're going to make new highs coming up here in the next few days. Okay. So nothing has changed really on the view of things. It's just how we get there is the hardest part about trading. And so this is kind of holding on to that trend line right here. We haven't closed the gap yet, but we're starting to reject off of there. I think we close this gap and possibly make a new low here. If we do that, that will create some divergences, and we'll be looking to go long probably some long spreads, call spreads on the VIX ETFs. So, all right, you guys, that's what I got for you. SMH really had a great move. We killed it with that call on MU. We got into a swing on MU and just fantastic move. So for members. Okay, so we're looking at this. We're getting above the highs here, and we're starting to hold that. Once resistance, now support. Okay, so I don't know if this is going to make it to the next level here. It seems so weird that this could move very sharp and without the Qs moving pretty sharp. So that would tell me that some of the big non-semiconductors, meaning NVIDIA can ramp up, AMD, MU, all those could ramp up just a little higher. It's got much more to move, while the Qs, something holds it down. And I think it's going to be Tesla. I think Tesla is going to start to move sharply to the downside, along with maybe some others to help. So I'm staying out of the Qs, except for puts right now, and gonna clearly see where SMH and IWM, see if they can pull us up to the 786 and the 887 on the IWM. All right, that's what I got for you guys. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.